Welcome to today's video. This is going to be my 34 and 35 week update. In case you don't know me yet, my name is Freya. I'm 47 years old and I'm currently pregnant with twins. We're going to have boy-girl twins. So here is my update. I haven't gotten around to filming last week just because there was Christmas going on when we had some guests. My mom came, my brother and his girlfriend, who's also pregnant, they stayed with us. So yeah, there was just a lot going on for Christmas and preparing, although of course I said to everyone, I'm not gonna cook up a storm or anything. Everyone helped me so nicely. We had a wonderful time. Romy said it was the best Christmas that she's ever had in her life so far. We agreed to only give the kids the gifts. So since right now Romy's the only kid, which next year will definitely change, there will be 3 more kids in the family. My 2 and then my brother's girlfriend's, she's gonna have a baby also. They're gonna have a baby. So there are gonna be 3 little ones next year. This was the last Christmas that was, where I said, okay, now we could just focus on Romy, and I think she spent about an hour unpacking gifts and we had so much fun. So, but now let me give you my update. Before Christmas, I still had a meeting with my midwife. She came to my house for the first time, and she also brought another midwife. It was actually a midwife student, but I loved her so much. She was so nice, and I really liked her. We heard the heartbeats. They checked how the babies lie in my womb, and they were still both head down, which is great. And I can definitely feel a lot of feet on the top here, and it's a really cool feeling. As far as baby movements, it's really funny because most days they're very, very active and I can feel it quite strongly, especially the feet. And sometimes it's like just body parts sticking out and my belly, like there's a little bump coming out, and that's like a foot or an elbow. And then sometimes there are days when I feel them in there, but it's not so much toward the outside. I feel like sometimes they go through growth spurts, and that, that maybe they have a day sometimes where they're not as active as on some other days, and then following that day, usually they're extremely active. Things are getting exceedingly more difficult just because they're filling out so much space inside of my body. I wouldn't say I feel outright nauseous, but sometimes I have long periods of time during the day when I feel like I have just completely overeaten. So it's just getting so hard. For some reason, breakfast is always really easy and I can handle it. And sometimes, like later on in the day, it's getting so much harder to eat. In the evenings especially, I have to be careful. And we've been sleeping in so nicely because there has not been any school, and that has helped. We've been sleeping till between 8:30 and 9, which is really late for us, but it feels so good. My sleep at night, sometimes I have nights when I sleep quite okay, and there are nights when the first half of the night I have a really hard time falling asleep. It's just, I don't know, just getting comfortable, because I try to lie down more now during the day, and I think lying down more, which it really does feel good and I need to do it, but it just makes me not want to lie down all night then. I don't know, I've always been someone, if I lie down too much, I'm all a little, it pinches here and it pinches there, my muscles are just a little tense. And I've been exercising still. My exercising routines are getting shorter now. I do like a 15-minute workout, and at this point I don't follow any workout. I mean, I've been working out for all my life. I know all the exercises really. So I just create my own routines and I just do what feels good to me. you know, squatting, some stretching, some cardio to get my heart rate up, just to not get weak. It really does help with your blood sugar when you get your system going. It also helps with the blood pressure, which I've been taking still every single day, and it's been good. So since ever since my last doctor visit, and actually the last time they didn't even take my blood pressure because I told them I record it every day, and then I have my records and I could show everyone. So, okay, this is what it's been like. And that looks really good. But every time, if I took it at my doctor's office, it would just without fail, it would always go up. My mom told me the same happens to her all the time. She has the tendency to have low blood pressure, but whenever she's at the doctor's office, she always has higher blood pressure. So, yeah, it's getting harder to move around. Oh, and you can see me. I'm so out of breath just from talking. I wrapped up work pretty much now. I mean, I am self-employed. I don't have a team. Pretty much I don't have to do so much anymore. I'm pausing a lot of things that I have been doing. So now I have all the time and all the space to focus on baby stuff. So let me tell you a few more symptoms, and then I'll tell you what else I've prepared. Symptoms. Okay. My fingers here on my right hand are still tingly, and it hasn't gotten worse, but like when I lie on my right side at night, then it gets a little bit more tingly. It almost feels like your hand is falling asleep. And then on my left, here's the thing, I don't know. They say, I read that it's like pregnancy carpal tunnel. And although my fingers are not really that swollen, I naturally have very thin fingers. But I feel that they are getting a little bit swollen. Not terribly, but it's enough to cause this. So on my right hand, it's just the tingly. Here on this finger mainly. This one not at all, but these two just a little bit. And on the left, I don't know what that is, but it actually, it hurts right here. I don't know. And in the mornings, it's the weirdest thing. After having had a period of sleep where I just lie there and don't move, and I don't move my hands, it's like I can't even close my hands. It's very stiff. It's so stiff. And that's on both sides. And it feels like something is keeping my hands from just coming together. They feel so stiff. And after a few seconds, after about 10-20 seconds, I start moving. Then I can close my hands again, but it's just so uncomfortable. It's the weirdest thing. I mean, it's okay now, but in the mornings, I feel like, oh my goodness, what is going on? I can't even use my hands. My bladder is getting so pushed on. It's unbelievable. So I've been wearing my pads. I use washable pads, so it's no big deal, because I just don't even notice it. I can't even tell. I go to the bathroom like at least every hour. At least. I can't even go longer than an hour, ever. Whether it's day or night. Well, I do sleep sometimes 2-3 hours, second half of the night, but I go to the bathroom all the time. And even when I go to the bathroom, it's almost like I can't quite control the flow. I can control it, but sometimes I go to the bathroom, I wipe, then I pull up my pants and all, and it's almost like there's a couple of drops coming out, and I don't even know, because it just happens. So I have been putting in pads. I bought a few things also. I bought some of those, period underwear, because after I give birth, in addition to putting pads in there, I also want to have some of those underwear that is like double protection. If it leaks through the pad, then I still have the underwear, which is like big time mama underwear. Goes like nice high over your belly, which comfort is everything. So I got those. I got a belly band for, actually right now, my belly feels fine, as long as I'm just walking around. And when I'm lying down, I'm just supporting it with pillows. But for afterbirth, I got a special postpartum belly band that I'm going to use because, you know, I'm going to talk more about it after the birth, and because right now I'm really thinking about what else do I need to have the best postpartum ever to heal, you know. So that's one of the things. I've never really had hemorrhoids in my entire life. In my first pregnancy, I never had them. Just recently, I felt just a tiny bit of bumps. And it's not a lot. It's not really that uncomfortable. I can hardly feel it, but I've been putting lavender oil on there, and also, what's the other thing? Witch hazel. I have an ointment with witch hazel that I've had in my house anyway, and it's a lot better already. So there are a lot of natural remedies, and I try to not sit for long periods of time. It's just that, especially carrying twins, there's so much weight that just bears down on everything, on pretty much anything that's below, you know, the uterus. It's just putting pressure on everything. And I've just been focusing on resting and eating well, and like today I'm not wearing any makeup at all, which is what I prefer. I just want to take the time to prepare now. I washed a bunch. I pretty much washed all the baby clothes, and we're gonna actually probably this week or next week put up the baby bed. We're just gonna put it here in the bedroom, and it's just gonna be one big crib, like a regular crib that we're gonna use, and probably I'm just gonna also use my bed, swaddle them, so you know, the first few months when they don't really roll around too much yet, especially for the first few weeks, I'm just gonna have them probably in my bed anyway. My feet, you know, when I wear my compression stockings, it's a lot better, but it's just, the weight is getting so much harder. I have not gained really any weight in the past couple of weeks, maybe a couple pounds at the most, but it feels like, I feel like a beached whale pretty much all the time. I'm reading another book about postpartum right now, and I will put the name of the book below. I can't think of it right now. It's I think it's called The Fourth Trimester, because really you need to look at it like that. You know, it is part of your pregnancy to have at least those 40 days. But I think, of course, it does take a lot longer. There's a transition. It's not just a physical transition, you know, giving birth, and your body has changed so much. Over the course of your pregnancy, the changes are very slow, but then there's a sudden change from the time you give birth. Suddenly, there's this big gap in your belly, and everything's loose, and I don't know, your body is just, you know, not at all what it used to be, and it does take a long time to get back to normal. And the most important thing I want to focus on is health and feeling good. I mean, it's going to be so much work to take care of 2 newborn babies. It's going to be crazy. But then at the same time, I know how important it is to take care of myself. It's so important. It's actually the most important thing, because if I don't take care of myself, how am I going to take good care of 2 babies? So my mom's going to come for a week, and then I have some friends that are going to help with some smaller stuff, you know, but I probably will have someone help me clean the house for the first couple of months maybe. And I really need to think about organizing all of that. I am still planning on pre-cooking some stuff. My freezer is so filled now, but it's not really filled with what I want it to be filled with. I want to pre-cook some soups and stews, easy, quick meals that are also healthy and wholesome. Lots of collagen-rich stuff, so like soups and stews are really great with my homemade bone broth. Really does help your connective tissue and all, you know, your skin later on in the postpartum period to rebuild, really, and all those muscles. It's just, it has to get back into its original shape, which probably it'll never get into the original shape, but it's hard work for your body. I totally want to make a video where I share some of the stuff. We did install the car seat bases. We got the Maxi-Cosi baby car seats. But then we also have those bases where, you know, all you need to do is just click it in. So the bases are in the car. It's going to be interesting. We tried it out. Romy can still get in and out. We have a Ford Galaxy, so that's a van. Technically, if we needed to, someone could also sit in the very back. There are 2 more seats in the very back. So it's a 7-seater, but, you know, we're only going to be 5 people in the car. It's kind of crazy to think about, you know, we're going to be a family of 5. From a family of 3 to a family of 5, it's a jump. Yeah, so that's definitely also going to be a big transition, not just physically after birth, but also just my identity now being then, you know, then being a mom of 3 and of twins. It's going to be a whole new way to be, and to, you know, my identity just changes. And so that's going to take some time to grow into that role. And I think it's important because nowadays we're always expected to be like, yeah, postpartum, and then like get back in shape and be awesome and do it all, and you're the super mom, and get back to work. And I don't know, this is just our culture now. It's not a culture of respecting just needing rest for some reason. So, but I want to do that, and I also want to not minimize that it is going to be hard. I don't want to seem, I'm someone who's very positive, and I always come across like, you know, everything's just well, and it is, you know, it's like, but even within that framework of the babies are well, I'm not, you know, I don't have any major pains or aches. It is hard, and that's just the reality of it. It's hard for my body. It's going to be hard emotionally to, you know, to grow into that role and to make things work as, you know, I become a mom of 2 newborns, in addition to trying to be the best mom I can be for my 9.5-year-old girl, which, you know, I have been a lot of talking with her, and I always tell her, you know, I want to be the best mom I can be, and I'm really sorry right now that when you don't feel good right now, there are things I just can't do. Like, I can't cuddle up with her in her bed. I just simply can't get in the pose, and it's too small. So, I mean, there are certain things I just can't do it physically. And she's like, oh, but Mom, you're the best mom in the whole entire world anyway. So when I talk to her in a very reasonable way, she does understand. But still, you know, I feel like, am I still gonna be the mom she knows when I have 2 newborns to take care of? And of course, I'm very happy that she's not so small anymore. She's a big girl, and she understands a lot, but still, you know, we are so close. We've been so close, and I involve her in everything that I do and in a lot of my thought processes. And so I just, you know, she knows my feelings about most things, because I'm someone, I naturally, like with people that I'm close to, I can't hide things. It doesn't feel good. I just have to spill it all out, and then afterwards I always feel better. And so, yeah, I just hope that I can do it all. I know I will be, of course. You know, you grow with your challenges, and I know I will. And I'm just starting to write my second book. I already wrote a book, I think 3 years ago, and it became an Amazon bestseller, a #1 bestseller. And I am wanting to write my second book now, and I know that even, you know, even if it happens to be to where, you know, when the twins come, there's just no way I have capacity for that, and I'm okay with that. There are things I want to do, there are things I plan, but then if that doesn't work out the way I had planned, then I am okay with that. As I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about one more thing. I have a stopped up nose at night. When I lie down, after a while, my nose gets all stopped up. It's been like this for, I don't know, probably at least 2 or 3 weeks, probably longer. But that's just something that is natural in pregnancy a lot of times. A lot of women have that. It's hard to breathe. It swells a little bit. And so, yeah, the mucous membranes just, I don't know, for some reason there's more circulation or something. And I've been getting up at night, you know, when I can't sleep. What has been helping me most is taking a bath. And so sometimes I take a bath at 3 o'clock in the morning because I can't sleep. And then I will take a bath for about 20-30 minutes. And I'm telling you, I'm lying in that bathtub with that warm water. Of course, my belly never is in the water because it's too huge. It always sticks out. That means it's great. I can take a nice warm bath and the babies are not surrounded by water that could be too hot. And I almost fall asleep in the bathtub because it is so relaxing. I put Epsom salt in there and then some, you know, I have some bubble bath stuff with natural essential oils, and it just smells heavenly. And then I'll lie there and I'm like, oh, no, I could fall asleep. And then after the bath, I usually fall asleep quite quickly. So that's been helping me. As long as there's something that helps, it's awesome. Still putting lotion on my belly, and I'm going to give you a belly shot here soon. And yeah, I don't know, no stretch marks still. I don't know how long I can go without, excuse me, stretch marks, but I'll show you my belly shot and then I'm going to wrap it up. Okay, I'm just going to show you here on the bed. There's the belly. And I'm not kidding, it's just getting hard. So here's the belly, and I actually still have good posture because I am a singer and because I have been working out. I always try to focus on my posture. Now all those lines you see here, it's from the pants and from all my clothes. The skin is just so thin to where, you know, if you see it closer, the skin is just so thin that any wrinkle in my clothes will just imprint into my skin because it's just so thin and so sensitive. And my belly button, I can't even see it anymore from up here at all. And I feel that my tummy the belly has dropped a bit. I feel in the past week they have moved down a little further, and I can feel the feet like way up here, right around my ribs. Sometimes they kick me in the ribs. So, thank you for watching. I'll be back with another update soon. Have a great day.